that we couldn't execute a lot of these developmental progress. But as I speak now, we are kickstarting most of these developmental progress. We have a lot of over 11 projects under the Common Fund.
As Boku goes on its recovery journey, the hopes are that the roads, markets, and vehicles will become more safer for everyone.
My appeal now is for the security to make the road safe for everybody to be able to travel.
Castro Sinyala, TV3 News, Boku, Upper East Region.
Now, 4 years after the shutdown of Accra's major waste transfer stations crippled refuse collection and deepened the capital's sanitation crisis, President Mahama has ordered their immediate reopening. The directive is restoring a critical link in the waste management chain, cutting disposal time for private collectors, while accelerating the evacuation of thousands of tons of garbage from flood-affected communities.
Continues to grapple with mounting waste management challenges. Recent floods have worsened the already fragile situation as the capital lacks sufficient engineered landfill sites to handle the growing volumes of domestic, industrial and commercial waste. Private waste collections, including tricycles, popularly known as aboboya, have for years traveled long distances to dispose of collected refuse in Nsaom and part of the central region. The situation followed the decommissioning of the Pantan and Kpong landfill sites. Privately owned waste transfer stations have also remained shut for the past 4 years. Speaking during the second day of the national cleanup exercise, President Mahama directed the immediate reopening of 6 transfer stations.
We've had 6 transfer stations that were built more than 9 years ago. Unfortunately, they were not put into operation. So we've asked the contractor to open the transfer stations, that's Zoom Lion, so that the aboboyas and others can take the garbage to the transfer stations. They don't need to go all the way to Amasama into the Irikops.
The facilities are located at Teshin, Achimota, Pantan, Malam, Ashaiman, as well as the Irikop facility at Lavender Hill. TV3 News visited some of the stations a day after the President's directive to assess operations. Our first stop was the Teshi Zoom Park transfer station, which serves waste collectors from the Lejukuku, Krowo, La Dadekotopong and Tema West municipalities. After 4 years of inactivity, the facility has returned to operation, saving waste collectors both time and transport costs, while enabling them to serve more households each day. The station has the capacity to receive more than 200 tricycles and boiler taxis daily. Flood debris and household waste are sorted on site to recover plastics and other recyclable materials. The remaining waste is loaded onto a heavy compactor trucks for transportation to engineered landfill sites. Nayoko, an engineer with Zoom Lion, explains how the transfer station operates.
Before this facility was established, when waste is collected from the households, the collecting companies have to drive long distances, several kilometers to the final disposal site. And we all know the traffic situation in our country. So they spend a lot of time on the road, and it affects how fast they can quickly turn around and then go back and serve the households. So from experience, the company decided to get investors and then establish this transfer station where the waste can be brought here by different collectors, consolidated, and then sent to the landfill. What this does is it shortens the turnaround time so that more households can be served in a day. Now we are putting a lot of waste together. So maybe what 4 trucks or 5, 6 trucks would have done, one compactor tipper truck does that and then sends the waste. So it makes us more efficient on one hand and then makes us more sustainable on the other hand.
For many tricycle waste collectors like Bola Inspector, the President's directive comes as a major relief. They are, however, calling for policies that will guarantee the long-term operation of the facilities.
How convenient is this place for you compared to other places?
Also, that one they make you no talk. See, That one say I go fit the ground. You put do all. We dey tire oh. You go load ball and carry go and then you go pour self people Allah give you. So we know this place where people happen like that as a boss who we dey go motorway 247 risky. We dey risky our life. Boss who you go self you no go reach there your motor office for or your tire go fit burst. Only you wetin go fit do. Yeah, oh, I catch you. I can't buy a crank crab or so. Miss Slam, we are what mine now. We need you, my own. Hey, the my one, we need the IMO.
The Achimota transfer station was equally busy. Loaded tricycles queued patiently to discharge collected waste into waiting compactor trucks. Each truck can transport between 30 and 40 tons of waste per trip, making the transfer stations an important component of Accra's waste management system. Management says work is underway to establish additional transfer stations across metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies to improve waste collection and disposal.
Want to go to developed country, this is what they are using, because you don't even have the land to create a landfill site, engineered landfill site, and the recycling plants, you don't have enough. So the best thing to do, look at the traffic situations in Accra. You cannot cut the waste from town and take it to the transfer, the final disposal and return. So for us to do effective work, we cut all the waste to the transfer station. Then at night, the bigger trailers can cut them to the final disposal site. Going forward, we are looking at every MMDA having a transfer station. So it's not like after this window it's closed. No. It is after this window that we are going to expand into all other MMDAs.
Without these transfer stations, smaller private waste collectors may continue collecting refuse from homes, but transporting it to final disposal sites would remain a major challenge, and some will continue to dump the refuse along streets and in bushes. A stronger waste management system will require more than reopening transfer stations. It will depend on sustained investment in engineered landfill sites, recycling infrastructure, effective regulation, and long-term planning. For now, the revived facilities are easing pressure on private waste collectors while giving Accra a renewed opportunity to confront its sanitation crisis before it develops into another public health emergency. Stanley Nibleu, TV3 News, Accra.
Away from sanitation to illegal mining, the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association is calling for the immediate interdiction of a military officer captured in a viral video allegedly shooting a man during an anti-galamsey operation at Chibi Zongo in the eastern region. The association says while it supports the fight against illegal mining, law enforcement must be carried out within the law and with respect for human rights. In a statement signed by its president, Michael Kojo-Pepra, the association said it remains committed to responsible and legal small-scale mining and does not support illegal mining activities. Michael Kojo-Pepra is president of the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association. He's joining us right now. Mr. Pepra, thank you for joining us. Good evening to you. Why do you believe this particular incident warrants the immediate interdiction of the military officer before investigations are concluded?
First of all, we've all seen the video. As an association, one thing we want to put across is we don't support illegal mining and we don't encourage illegal mining. What we advocate for is responsible and sustainable small-scale mining. We've all chanced upon the video, and as a matter of fact, we have to, as a nation, support NIMOS to go about their normal operations. But in so doing, they should work in conformity with rule of law. From the video we've all seen, you could see that the military were in charge, and also they were enough to make sure that they could stop whatever activity that was carried on in the Chibi Zongo. The person that was shot, you could see that he posed no threat to the military. He held no weapons, and he was even he turned his back on this military, and unfortunately he was shot in the leg. If you all recall, a such incident happened in Obuasi when Operation Vanguard was initiated. Somebody who was in his house was shot. And as we speak now, we did not see or read about any investigation being done. What we want to urge the people who have been placed to help fight this Galamsey activity is to at least, in so doing, at least work in conformity of the law. Not that they will be trigger happy and will be shooting people here and there. The same incident happened.
So, we're all waiting for investigations to be initiated in this, and we'll get to know what really happened. But from the video that we saw, and in no defense of the military officer whatsoever or the victim we're talking about, but how do we manage situations where there seem to be clear instructions given by the military or by officials when they go to these Galamsey site, and there is blatant disregard for these instructions and the subsequent reaction of officials in such instances? How do we manage these situations? Briefly.
I think what you've seen is a clear example of how to manage crowd management. You know, in enforcing the law, there should be a human face to the enforcement. The fact that people have been put in or been given power to help solve this canker means that everybody they see is their enemy. I believe in sometimes dialogue, and we believe in at least Georgia.
Okay.
You could see that even though some of the youth were agitated, at least they could have used a different approach in solving the problem.
I see.
We don't want a situation where the fight against Galamsey will bring about loss of life.
Right.
That is the reason why, as an association, we are pressing on the interdiction of the officer who shot this gentleman.
Okay.
And
Michael,
thorough
thank
investigation be
you
done.
so much. Michael Kojo-Prepare is president of the Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association. We'll have to find time and talk to you more on the subject. Let's do some other stories this evening.
Right, Crispy. And the youth of Salaga in the East Gonja municipality of the Savannah region are demanding a more sustainable power supply from the Northern Electricity Distribution Company, that's NEDCO. Their demand follows months of unstable power supply to the town and its environs.
Electricity supply to Salaga, Bimbila, Wulensi, Pandai, Basa, and Ketekrache has not been the best over the past 4 years. Residents have had to battle with intermittent power outages, low voltage, face-off, among other power supply challenges on daily basis. Despite organizing series of demonstrations in the past to demand for an improvement of the power situation, the situation seems unchanged as businesses and other livelihood activities have crumbled. Speaking after a stakeholder engagement in Salaga, some of the youth bemoan how the situation is affecting socio-economic activities in the area.
Lighting system in Salaga is really worrying. Almost every 30 seconds, light goes off in Salaga. The manager himself, who is in charge of Salaga, also said it. Even yesterday, when he counted the number of times the lighting system went off, it's about 30 times within a day. So this is really worrying. Gadgets are burning, and it's really serious here.
Because children are dying in the hospital in incubators, equipments and gadgets are being destroyed, houses are being burnt. In this situation, this is about the third house which has been burnt to the ground, just due to this off and on. And in some situations, people cannot be attended to in hospitals. Our businesses are collapsing. Cold stores are dying off. Our parents who used to sell even cold drinks cannot do so.
Northern Area Manager of NEDCO VRA, Engineer Elvis Amwako Dunayiko, assured that the power distribution company will work to improve the situation.
So I want to appeal to the youth that we are in this together, and if the situation doesn't improve, we are not also sleeping, because anytime power goes off, our phones will be ringing. Anytime power goes off, our major stakeholders will be calling us, and we are unable to have peace of mind to even think strategically to improve on the situation.
In 2025, Energy and Green Transition Minister Dr. John Jinapor, during a working visit to the northern and Savannah regions, assured of the construction of a substation at Kwandai. Residents believe its construction will improve the power situation and want work on project fast-tracked.
Away from that, Ghana's unemployment rate has climbed to 13%, its highest level in years. Now, every year, thousands of graduates enter a job market that cannot absorb all of them. It raises a question about dividing educators, employers, and critics alike. Is a university degree meant to build skills or guarantee a job? Anita Selassie-Agbota brings us details in this report.
Statistical Service puts Ghana's unemployment rate at 13% as of the third quarter of 2025. Meanwhile, universities and tertiary institutions across the country graduate between 100,000 and 110,000 students every year. The gap between graduation and employment remains wide, with only about 10% securing formal jobs within the first year of completing their studies or mandatory national service. Academics argue that a degree was never meant to guarantee a job, but to equip students with transferable skills that outlast any single role. Professor James Gisa is the Dean of the School of Education and Leadership at the University of Ghana, Legon.
To say that courses that universities offer will not lead to employment, that they are useless, is so unfortunate. Universities are not there to train people straight from classroom to the job market. So there are different intermediations, right? We have on-the-job training, we have people who take different paths. But universities are supposed to be critical places where people's minds are opened and they can think and adapt to situations and do things for themselves.
But policy researchers say the real problem may not be whether these courses exist, but how closely they align with the needs of the job market. Kofi Asare is the Executive Director of African Education Watch, an education think tank.
It's important that our programs make sense to industry. That is important. But one of the reasons why we have tertiary education, even if our curriculum is significantly larger development, that is, if our tertiary education institutions are producing graduates that meets the expectation of the needs of the industry, but except that the numbers are so huge that we are more than meeting the industry. Our challenge is more quality. The quality of training in our tertiary institutions is low.
However, not every employer is looking for job-specific training. Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Employers Association, Alex Frimpong, says the ideal hire is not necessarily the graduate with the right degree, but one who can think outside the box.
It is not a question of what you learn in school. The individual also counts. Your ability to think clearly, critically, analyze the situation, and especially in this day and age, your digital and numeracy skills. An employer needs somebody who can be trained and become an asset to the organization. So if you are intelligent and the business realize that you have prospects, they will take you and mold you to how the organization want to make you to become. So for me, it's not a question of the relevancy or otherwise of the course, but individuals make a difference.
3 News research shows that 1 in 4 workers feel their skills do not match their jobs, while 1 in 5 believe their skills are underused. The debate continues over whether Ghana's classrooms are preparing graduates not just to earn degrees, but to succeed in the changing world of work. Anita Selassie-Agbota, TV3 News.
Well, the debate on this subject will definitely continue dividing opinions all the time. This is News 360. We're back with more stories after this. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Pamela from customer service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
Darling natural twists blend with her hair over time.
Yeah, that's perfect.
She's really more beautiful every week. Darling natural twists get better every day, just like you.
You dey sleep? Dance Madina.
Sentuntum say wunna ma deju me ma wonsa.
Efrema bema Daniel ba.
Ma wonsa. Sentuntum ma abua sumuja ma wonsa.
That shall not slap. Having black mosquito where? Common tontom na empum visie bebre na ema wo mowa na ema wo nhwem na ehia.
Having insecticide spray eye hwam na sanso kumu a wotu ene omo wia nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent no epam wa warrior na senja hwa wechiri.
Having black mosquito kwe empum visie bebre and say wo hene so ehwam kama kwe no na jumo size no boduma don't shred to me no.
And having naphthalene balls ni perfumed insect repellent no epam wa mutu na wa wonam from na senja hwa wechi.
Heaven dear bakope. Heaven dear bakope.
Heaven dear bakope.
Heaven dear bakope.
FDA aji edrede krato yato.
Godrich Air Pocket. Wow! With our gel technology, keeps the bathroom fresh for up to 30 days. Godrich Air Pocket. Bye-bye bad smell. Hello, sweet fragrance.
Mom, so Kitty Vite contains all vitamins?
Yes, 12 essential vitamins that growing bodies need.
So we'll grow healthy and strong. And smart?
Absolutely.
is shared by workers and residents who say every rainfall leaves the roads in a worse condition than before.
If you are coming from Medina now,
once you tell the drivers you are going to Boshe, many refuse to go because of the condition of the road. Even school buses now drop children at the junction, leaving parents to walk through the muddy road to pick them up.
Has it been like this throughout? Yeah, since it started raining.
I'm an Okada rider
and this is where I work. This road has been bad for a long time and it's even worse when it rains. I have to take my motorbike for servicing every 2 or 3 days because of the road.
A day after a first visit to the area, little had changed.
This is Academic City, Boshe. Academic City, the school is just right on my extreme right. And as you can see behind me, there are some workers on the ground trying to level the ground to make the road motorable for cars and for vehicles to be able to pass through. Some few days ago we were here and we realized that some cars got stuck here. They could not even pass. They had to turn and go back, finding their own way out of the situation. They mentioned to me earlier that they work here, they work around, but looking at how deplorable the state of the road is, they had to come to the grounds and then do something to help the neighborhood.
We reported
the road to the assembly and they promised to fix it, but nothing has been done. So we decided to level the muddy section ourselves. This is an important alternative route that helps ease traffic on the Hachi Road.
Actually, in the middle of the interview, we have encountered a situation here, very typical of what I earlier on explained, that there are cars who try using this road and then it gets stuck. And even though they are trying to level the grounds, they were trying to direct the driver of this car to come through.
A few kilometers away at Ashoman City, another challenge had emerged. Construction work on the road had stalled, leaving motorists to create their own paths around unfinished sections.
I cannot use my car right now. I am going to look for money to even pay the mechanic. My car is rightly with a mechanic because the asset road got it damaged. Many people who are not even around here to explain their side of the story, but if you interview people who pass their car here every day, over 100 people will complain about having an issue with this project. We see it as a step in the right direction, but it seems the contractor is a problem.
He says it is the same motorbike he now uses to take his children to school, describing the situation as both unsafe and inconvenient. The District Road Improvement Program Coordinator DRIP for the Ga East Municipal Assembly said Agui acknowledges the concerns.
We started this DRIP exercise last year, somewhere October. So from October to June last month, we've done almost 97.6 kilometers of roads. We reshape and grade them, you know. So it's like we knew June, July, there will be heavy rains. So we had a special exercise that we put in place. We did Boshe Academy, I think last year. We poured a lot of lateral because there are bigger holes there. When you do anything after the rains, it washes everything. There are a lot of requests to the assembly. And myself, the engineer and the MC are working on that. And with that, we need a lot of lateral at that very stretch, you know, before we can do something.
Head of Environment and Sanitation at the Ga East Municipal Assembly say many drains within the municipality have outlived their capacity, making them unable to cope with the volume of water generated by rapid development and expanding communities.
All those culverts, they have been earmarked for, redesign and reconstruction. And then, apart from the culverts, the secondary drains along the roadside and storm drains, they are all undersized. Some are also silted. So the undersized drains, they have also been earmarked for construction. Once the drains are constructed, then the roads will follow.
From Boshe and Ashongman, Agbogba to Abokobi and Teman, Residents share one concern. It is not just about the rains. It is about roads they say are becoming harder to use with every passing season, leaving residents and motorists to bear the cost through delays, damaged vehicles, and disrupted livelihoods. Residents hope the response from authorities will go beyond temporary interventions and deliver roads that remain safe, reliable, and passable, rain or shine. Safa Waini, TV3 News.
Now, Shakers Group Limited, owners of EBA Phones and EBA Motors, has donated cash and relief items to victims of the June 29 floods in the Alajo community as part of its corporate social responsibility. The floods caused extensive damage to property and claimed several lives, with Alajo among the hardest hit communities.
The shop manager of EBA Phones, Albright Nani, said the company was touched by videos and media reports showing the devastating effect of the June 29 flood on residents of Alajo. She said the scenes of displaced families and destroyed property prompted the company to donate cash and relief items as part of its corporate social responsibility to support victims as they recover.
Our main branch is at Circle. Circle and Alajo are also as neighbors and sisters. So we can't also look just like that. We also have to come and support. The government can do its own, but our own little way we have to support because we have most of our customers here in Alajo.
She also appealed to other corporate organizations and individuals to extend support to flood victims, saying collective efforts are needed to help affected families rebuild their lives.
We are one as a country. I think all of us can come together and help in our own little way. So I'll urge everybody, every company, every institution that we have to come together as one people and support our people as well.
Receiving the donation on behalf of the community, the constituency security coordinator Ali Usman thanked Shakers Group Limited for the timely intervention and described the gesture as a significant source of support for residents affected by the flood.
On
behalf of the people of Alajo, we sincerely thank the company for this kind gesture. This support will go a long way in helping families affected by the flood. We also encourage other organizations and individuals to come to the aid of the victims during this difficult period.
Weather News segment is brought to you by Syntex Tank.
Now, mostly cloudy weather will persist across the country this evening, with pockets of slight rain expected over some coastal and inland areas, while parts of the middle and transition belt are likely to experience thunderstorms. Early tomorrow morning, patches of mist or fog may form over the coast, forest and hilly areas, reducing visibility. And that's your weather update. And that's your weather update to take note of. We'll take a quick breather here. When we come back, Aniela Aloti will be bringing sports updates. Please stay.
It doesn't have to be a dream. Game Park is giving out a brand new Toyota Hilux in the new Play, Win, Drive promo. All you need to do is dial *946# and play Pick 1 or Pick 4 daily. With every 10 Ghana Cedi stake, you earn 1 entry. It's simple. The more you play, the more your chances of winning big in the grand draw. This promo runs from 5th June to 31st August. T's and C's apply. So play the game you love and drive away in something extraordinary.
Africa is evolving. Businesses are moving faster. Governments are transforming. Financial systems are becoming smarter. B Systems Ghana Limited don't just keep up with change. We create it. For over 2 decades, we've delivered innovative fintech and enterprise solutions that empower organizations across Africa, from Ghana to Nigeria, Liberia to Sierra Leone, Malawi to Dubai, and beyond. B Systems Ghana Limited is helping institutions embrace the future through technology, from digital
It's time for sports here on News 360. I am Aniela Alote. We start off with the 2026 FIFA World Cup quarter-finals. Argentina booked their place in the semi-finals with a 3-1 extra-time victory over Switzerland. This sets up a heavyweight clash against England. Meanwhile, France and Spain will contest the other semi-final, completing a star-studded last four lineup. Let's take a look at the highlights of the Argentina win.
This year's tantalizing semi-final lineup.
And Leslie Boachi Yadom, who settled for second place. George Entry and Unisewa Ampianiesa finished third with 42 points, while Daniel Intim and Anthony Apia placed fourth on 41 points. Bismarck Ntiedu Dapa and Ben Blay Ofosubakun also recorded 41 points to finish fifth. The national playoff, held in honor of His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, brought together the country's best amateur golfing pairs who qualified from 5 golf clubs across Ghana. The winning pair will now represent Ghana at the International Pairs World Finals in Tenerife, Spain from October 5 to 10, where they will compete against champions from more than 30 countries.
It's been a very tough, very competitive event, and we thank God that we emerged as the winners and we have the opportunity to represent Ghana in Spain in October.
Executive Director of Legend Sports Management, Abdulaziz Amankwa, says the tournament continues to create international opportunities for Ghanaian golfers while helping to grow the sports locally.
International Pairs on its own has been in existence for close to 30 years, but Ghana has never been part of it. So we kind of thought that, look, let's try and get a tournament that we could also become part of as licensees. And also to allow Ghanaian golfers to experience international golf from the year one to now. And now you are getting people who have kind of paired over the last few years and continue to pair with each other. And you also see people pairing with different people and coming together. It's been exciting to see that growth.
The International Pairs Golf Tournament has been in existence for nearly 3 decades and is currently played in more than 30 countries and territories worldwide. Ghana's champions will now set their sights on making an impact at the World Finals in Spain this October.
That's how we wrap up sports here on News 360. I am Aniela Alote. Up next is Entertainment News.
Entertainment News segment is brought to you by GTP Lifestyle
and Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Powered by 3 Entertainment.
In entertainment news tonight, dozens of young women thronged the premises of TV3 in Accra to participate in the final leg of the Ghana's Most Beautiful auditions. Earlier this week, the audition team held sessions in Kumasi and Takoradi for contestants from the northern and western sectors.
More than 100 aspiring young women turned up at the audition venues, hoping to earn the chance to represent their respective regions in this year's competition. Earlier this week, the audition team made stops in Kumasi and Takoradi as part of the northern and southern sector auditions.
Going through Kumasi and Takoradi as a producer, I must say we have seen some quality ladies that will make us proud this season. They came in their numbers, and I think because of what is at stake, our packages, the ladies came prepared. Those who will be selecting today will move on to the grand auditioning and finally boldly represent their regions.
Accra hosted the final leg of the auditions on Sunday, July 12, at the forecourt of TV3 for the southeastern sector. Contestants who demonstrated exceptional eloquence, confidence, and a strong knowledge on their respective regions progressed to the next stage of the competition.
There is beauty on her back like a flame. She's Ghana's most beautiful.
I'm looking forward to identifying and choosing ladies who are ready to represent the brand properly, ladies who have the potential of growing. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for ladies who are ready and willing to learn. I was once like them, so I know how it feels. Therefore, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm looking for potential beauty queens. Queens who can represent the GMB at 20 crowned properly and holistically.
Congratulations, the 3 of you have made it to the next round.
Some contestants said they were inspired to audition because of the prestige associated with the beauty pageant, adding that Ghana's Most Beautiful would provide them with a platform to champion meaningful social causes and community development projects.
I believe that people need to be proud of where they come from. Yes, I believe that representation matters, and then I am passionate about quality education and then youth empowerment in skill development, right? And then I believe that GMB is that platform that would put me in the right position to be able to turn my visions into actions, my experiences into impact for the people in my region and Ghana at large.
I see it as a platform that I will be able to use to inspire other people, create opportunities, and also tell the story of my region, my people. So to me, Ghana's Most Beautiful is not just about a crown. I say that Ghana's Most Beautiful is where culture meets purpose and where beauty becomes a tool for impact.
Right, so you know it's the 20th edition of Ghana's Most Beautiful, so this is a big one, and you want to stay with us for all the updates. Before we go, just some good news coming from Nigeria. The military says it has freed all 44 pupils and students who were abducted in Oyo in May this year, so that's some good news. There's more news, however, when you visit our website, 3news.com. I am Bernice Abubeidu Lanza.
I'm Noble Crosby, and thank you so much for spending the last hour with us. Date Rush is up next. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.